This is Tanya and I'm doing my Module 4, putting it all together, Assignment 5, video reflection. I did a lesson on what is matter, and I've done this in the classroom with high school students and with my 4th grade class that I had last year. They really enjoyed it because, as you see, matter is everything that is around us, which is gas, liquid, and solid. When we think of gas, though, most of the kids always think of the gas pump, which in actuality, it is actually the fumes that are coming off of it. So anything could be gas, which I have gone into detail with that, such as boiling water has steam. That's a gas. And so we take it to that level of just understanding what matter is, and that it can, like it is, it's a gas, liquid, or solid, and you can also change your liquid into a solid and it's still matter. So into the questions, how do the task yield appropriate evidence of identification and understanding? By the time we finish the lesson, yes, they all know that everything around us is matter, that we're matter, animals are matter, because matter takes up space, and they understand that. So how does the task involve a complex real world? Well, I brought it into the last part of making butter into the classroom. We, of course, know that a cow produces the milk, and then we use a jar and cream, and we make the butter. I didn't put that in. I should have. I guess I should have put that in my little PowerPoint thing here. But I did retrieve all of these images off of Google Images. So when we do our first part, we talk about matter, we see the different types of matter, then we go into the fun part of, I bring in the cream, they get a little half-pint jar, and they put the cream in there, and they add force. And then they make butter. And they're able to add different things into it, like I gave them honey and salt. There was garlic, different herbs and things, and they made their own sugar and cinnamon butter. They really had a good time with this hands-on and inquiry learning, and they did documentation. They did a short essay over it and turned in, that was the way we checked for understanding, as far as them knowing what they did and those kind of things. That was basically their test, was how did your butter turn out? Did it turn out to your satisfaction? And when they first started, they had their hypothesis of, if I put my cream in this jar, is it going to turn into a solid? And most of them thought, maybe. But they did very well. When they got finished with it, of course, they had two different properties of matter. They still had a liquid, and then they had the solid. So the last question, no, there's two questions. How are a variety of appropriate assessments formats used to provide additional evidence? Like I said, with the two different properties of the butter. How are students given the opportunity to self-assess? They look at their project, they looked at their butter, they decided whether they thought it was good or not. They even tasted it. They got to taste it on crackers, they tasted it on little bitty pieces of toast that I brought, and then they also, that way they were able to share with each other, and everybody kind of looked at each and tasted and gave them some feedback. Either it tasted good, it didn't taste good, and that was kind of the way they did their assessment. And then they, like I said, they did a mini little report over it to finish out the project. So it was a fun activity. So thank you.